Okay, it's been about 2 hours. Let's take a peek at the dough. I'm so excited. It definitely looks from the outside that it has doubled. Oh my gosh, yes. Whoa. It is so... That's awesome. I'm amazed. I feel like I could never get this dough right. So this is an achievement for sure. Because I don't know how much dough I'm actually supposed to use for each one, I am going to have to guess. I know that this is going to rise again, so let's try. Let's cut a portion and see what we got here. Wow, this is just perfect. This is seriously like the best dough ever. We'll see if it even bakes. If this is what we're going for, I would say like maybe half of that. Let's try. Let's see how much that is. 75 grams exactly. Straight from the freezer. Let's try one of these discs. I'm very concerned that these are just gonna like melt, so I think the idea is to just kind of gather it around it. Pinch, 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 pinch. Heyo! Okay. Yeah! Let's see if that'll fit in here. It does. And then let's see if it'll ploop. Oh no! Okay. Well, I guess once it's in, it's in. I love how I had such optimism and had like a whole second tray just sprayed and ready to go, and it's totally not gonna happen, but oh well. So we've got, what, 3, 6, 9 buns. Also, per my usual self, I didn't write down whether or not I should cover them after I've shaped and filled them. So we're gonna proof it for 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to, I think, just put some cling wrap over it. Okay, I put this in the freezer because I don't have a blast chiller, and I thought it would be cooler than the fridge. So here's the topping. Let's pull it out. Oop, it's already breaking. Let's see how it is. Ooh, nice. So the good thing about this topping is that it warms up rather quickly and it will reform itself as well. So even though it's broken in a couple of places already, I'm not worried about it because I can just reshape it. Yeah. So let's punch some out. I think I'm gonna go with the bigger one after all. This one is, yeah, 88 millimeters. So let's try We only have 9 anyway, so it's like, what am I conserving for? Ooh, okay. Alright, alright. I see you. Don't break, please. Ooh, gentle. Alright, so it's not very even all the way around, but I think it's pretty good. Alright, the buns have been proving for 30 to 40 minutes. They don't actually look very doubled, or even 75%, but I'm going to go ahead and brush them. So we're going to do a first wash here. Let's see how the wash goes, actually. I'm always nervous about it. Kind of being like too much. I don't want to be... My problem is that it's always too drippy. Yep. Oh well. You do less every time. So at least I know I have a decent amount of wash that I can use. I had hoped that these would rise kind of like above the cups, but that did not happen. So typical me, I'm one short, so I'm gonna have to roll out another one real quick. This is a perfect opportunity to try a smaller size, so I'm gonna try this one and see if it's any better. I think I'm gonna go on the edge here. That looks probably the most promising. Alright, let's see. Ta-da! This one actually might end up being the prettiest one out of all of them, depending on how much they grow, because this is totally like revealing some of it, whereas these are not, and they're just melting, so. It's been about 5 minutes, so egg wash again. Now the moment of truth. I am so nervous about this, but whatever. Okay, let's do it. Bye-bye. Have a nice bake. 16 to 18 minutes. Let's check it at 15. I mean, that's actually gonna probably be really delicious to eat. But yeah, no, it sucks though that like, yeah, it's leaking. And this isn't as like golden brown yet, which I usually would leave it a bit longer to get more like this color. But I'm worried about them like burning, so, and that was already 18 minutes, so yeah, I think we'll have to let these cool and then try to extricate them somehow. This one on the end was the one with the short crust, and I think that one might be the best one so far, so. Oh gosh, what a nightmare. I'm just gonna use my palette knife to kind of try and gently pry these up here a little bit. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so appearance is one thing. We can work on that. Taste is another thing. So hopefully if the taste is good, then we'll be okay. and we can just figure out the actual mechanics of all this nonsense. This one looks like it'll pop out, actually. Oh yeah, look at that. Sweet. Okay. After 2 days of slaving away, we have the angelic, totally not hideous, lao sa, bolo bao. The side is ugly, see?
This is your own creation, right?
Well, kind of. So it's a marriage between a baked bolo bao and a steamed lao sa bao. So there are definitely some issues to be had with it. The bolo bao doesn't have really anything, and it's got like a coconut kind of sweet filling inside, but it just, the crust is what makes it the bolo bao, and then the lao sa bao is the filling that makes it. So this, I guess it's too ambitious.
It looks great.
You didn't see the ones in the kitchen. Don't look over there.
I see nothing.
Thank you. So they're just messy because they got glued together. This was too, big, so it's just kind of like bleh, all over the place.
Also, your first time trying it.
Yes, that is true. In the true spirit of Mama Day, we gave it a shot. It turned out kind of bleep, and now we're gonna eat it. So, I made lai chan, so we can have a true Hong Kong chan pang experience.
I feel it. I'm
Imagine.
back in Hong Kong, getting yelled at by people for being too slow.
It's rainy out.
It's raining outside.
We have the windows open. It's rainy in Hong Kong usually. It's very humid because I've been baking, so that's accurate, right?
Yeah. Feels completely authentic.
Okay, I'll let you try. There's a paper liner on the bottom. Don't eat that. The crust sounds good. It didn't crackle as much as I would hope. So I'm thinking for this crust in future, I could totally cut it to make it crack in that,
That's pretty legit.
Is it? Let me see.
The taste, I haven't gotten into it enough yet.
Okay. Well, because that's the other thing. So a lot of the filling leaked out, and I can't tell which one it leaked out from.
Oh, I see.
So
Wow.
there's just filling now that we could just eat if we want to. Usually you have to be careful because you're all over the place when you bite into it, but I think because a lot of the filling leaked out, that's not the bad.
It's supposed to be in the center?
Yeah, that's the idea. If I rolled it right. Is it good? You haven't gotten in the. Does it?
It tastes real.
Oh, wow! Yes, it tastes real. How's the okay, we should go one at a time. So the crust is one factor, the filling is another factor, and then the bread texture is another, right? So you gotta hit those for the best Chinese baked good kind of thing,
Well, the crust on top seems really authentic to me.
Crunchy.
It's crunchy.
Okay.
It's breadier than the typical one you would get. At least this one is.
Yeah, because I think that one probably leaked out.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it just has more bread in that one than filling. Yeah, it ain't pretty, but it's actually pretty decent.
The filling is 100% authentic. It tastes exactly the same as the ones we've ordered before.
I'm shocked, but cool. Yeah. Now the problem is how to make sure you don't lose half of it.
Yeah, what happened to this one? It's all bread.
Okay, dip, okay.
It's all bread all the way.
Use it. Yeah, it's not really leaking because it's not molten I think because it leaked out. So, I don't know. Here, let me show you.
It's supposed to pour out kind of like a lava brownie.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see the filling is in there. I think when you get it at, dim sum and stuff too, it's fresh out of the steamer. So you're probably getting it at its molten-y best, Worth the more than however many hours it took to make.
It was worth it to me, but I didn't do anything, so is it worth it for you?
Oh, they're pretty good.
Compared to other things you've made,
Yeah.
the amount of time and then the outcome.
For the first try, you mean, or?
I just mean in general, if you wanted to make this once a month, is this harder or more doable than some other things, desserts or other things you might make?
It's definitely a lot harder. Just because there's so many steps to take for it too. But I think some of the ingredients will be freezable.
Oh, okay.
So, I have more filling, actually.
Yeah.
So we could, that's done then, now. I can just make more dough.
The filling you used here, was this already frozen, or?
I froze it since yesterday.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so you already know that it works fine out of the freezer.
Yeah, and that's actually how you're supposed to do it, is straight out the freezer.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
So that works. And then the pineapple bun crust also needs to be frozen or kept really cold. So that can be made in advance. I just don't know how long it'll keep. Like most baked goods or whatever, you can do 6 months in the freezer or whatever, so.
Yeah.
But the dough is annoying.
So that has to be what the restaurants are doing. They're not making these fresh every day, right?
I wouldn't imagine.
It's gotta be that
so.
they make it in batch.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, a lot of the restaurants probably don't even make it on site. They just get the ingredients shipped to them,
Maybe.
frozen probably.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I'm actually quite impressed with the actual bread dough because I usually, any time in the past that I've made this bread dough or something similar to it, it's been super terrible. It just dense, doesn't come out right, and it could be the weather, when you bake when it's more humid.
Maybe take notes in case it doesn't turn out next time.
Only bake on a rainy day.
See, you thought I was trying to sell it on the first bite. I'm not that good of an actor. It was legit.
Yay! I'm glad. Oh man. So much work. But it's
Outsource it, so you have to hire people.
Outsource. Oh god. I need to just.
I guess you can figure out what steps for each of these things that are labor intensive that certain low skilled workers that may be living with you can help you out with.
Mix this bowl of ingredients. Yeah, that works. Process wise, I just need to figure out how to make it so they don't all melt out. That's the problem. How do I get it so it doesn't melt out?
They can be smaller too.
Yeah.
I like the bread, but if this could be 2/3 its size, it would be fine.
I was going for small, loco. I was trying so hard. I was trying to make it not the size of a regular bao, and it still somehow end up the size of a regular bao. That's hence why I use this tiny little cookie.
I wondered why it was it had a girdle on or something.
Yeah, I used a small one because I was like, oh, these guys are gonna be tiny. They're not gonna, it'll be fine. Whatever. That's how it turned out. Okay. Things to work on for next time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Success. in a very, very Mama Day way. In appearance, the flavor, which is what I was worried about, is fine. So next is if you can replicate it and it's still there. Those factors are still there, you know, like that's how you know the recipe is. So
You can do it like.
now look, we only have 9 total.
Oh.
We didn't even have enough for making a dozen, so pace yourself. I'm sick. Young sir.
What do we need to buy to make more?
We need a barter to make more.
Echoes of Hong Kong.
Aww. Wow, that's impressive. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a picture of this and then eat it. So this camera is being turned off. Thanks!